This video, I'm going to be really sharing with you how to turn off your mind, and then as a result of that, now you're going to start doing more things that you prefer to do in the world. And the first thing that I want to share with you in this video is to understand that it is true, in fact, that I want you to remember in the back of your mind and in the back of the way that you think and the way that you operate in the world, to remember that action does in fact turn off your mind. See, just to remember that in fact taking action is going to turn off your mind, that is absolutely going to just make your life a lot easier. Because some people just don't know that in order to get out of your head, sometimes action is the thing that you need to do to get out of your head. And sometimes the thing that's keeping you in your head is inaction and not taking any action to begin with. And so that's a huge problem because sometimes you can be so stuck in your head and thinking about what the solution is and how can you move forward and how can you create a better reality and how do you fix this problem. And it's like you're thinking about this whole scenario and all these different things that you need to do to remove that problem from your life. But the truth is that you just need to take action. Just simply take action. Just make a choice to go in a certain direction and then act towards it. And that's what action is to simply make a choice and then to do the thing that needs to be done in order to align with that internal choice that you've created for yourself. And that's a very interesting way to think about life because, we often think that we don't have power and we don't know why things are happening to us and you don't know. And it's like, how do I do this? And I'm confused and I don't know what the answers are. It's like, well, you can generate the answers from within yourself if you ask yourself the right questions, if you self-reflect enough, if you turn inwards and ask yourself, why is it that when I don't take action, my mind is racing more? Like, these are the types of questions that can help you to just create more of what you want. And so the second thing that I want to share with you in this video, and that's just something that I realized, by the way, and the second thing that I want to share with you in this video is to understand that what I've come to realize in my personal experience is that intention and understanding that, if you take control of the idea of intention and you consciously having intentions in your life versus unconsciously having intentions in your life, you're going to be able to turn off your mind. And as a result of that, absolutely just take more action. You're going to be able to take much more action in your life if you understand that having conscious intentions is going to do that for you. Like, you're going to be able to turn off your mind if you have intentions consciously more in your life, if you have more conscious intentions in your life. So, most people go through their life and they don't have any say, and they don't believe that they have any say over the thoughts that they're thinking in their mind. They think that the thoughts that are playing in their mind just simply are playing randomly and that they don't have a say in this situation and that this is just happening as it is. But it's like, have you ever thought to realize that everything that you intend for in your life is up to you and that your intentions are crafted by you and that you need to take responsibility for what you intend for in your life? Because if you don't, you're still going to send out intentions into the world, except those intentions are going to be unconscious intentions. And that sounds interesting to think about it in that way, but it's like either way, you're still going to have thought patterns. Either way, you're still going to take actions. Either way, you're still going to have an opinion. But why not do it consciously with a little bit more awareness and self-reflection than to realize that, wait, the more that I have intentions in my life, this is what I come to realize. The more that I control what thoughts that I do, that I can control to the best of my abilities, like there's some things in life we can't control. But if there's something that we can control, why should we not take control of that? And what I've come to realize once again is that when I control my intentions and that I control the things that I can control in my life, including my thought patterns, what happens is that my mind starts to turn off. The mind begins to turn off. And then so as a result of that, I'm not thinking as much. What happens? I'm taking more action. I'm doing more. I'm doing more in a way that I otherwise would not have been able to if I had not turned off my mind in that way. Which for me, that's really powerful because it's like if you can start to see that you can get more results as a result of doing something in your life and being a certain way, then that's really powerful. Now it's no longer just an opinion or a feeling, it's turning into a fact. It's turning into a conscious, tangible thing, a much more powerful thing. It's an idea that's turned into a thing. So understand that intention and controlling your thoughts, which leads, of course, to your actions, that's going to turn off your mind and that's going to make you take more action. And so the final thing that I want to share with you in this video is to understand that if you understand the power of focus and concentration, you're going to be able to turn off your mind and then absolutely take more action as a result of that right there. Because the truth is that if you can really start to focus powerfully on one thing in your life, and remember, this is going to sound really cliche, but I believe that how you do one thing is absolutely how you do everything. If you start to tap into the power of focus and concentration, well then what's going to start to happen is that you're really going to start to have a much easier time just turning off your mind and then taking more action as a result of it. Like, if you want to take lots and lots and lots of action in the world, you need to be very focused and concentrated, right? I think that discipline and focus and concentration go hand in hand. And then funny enough, consistency comes as a result of that, right? I think that being very intense with a certain type of action and very, very intense is very useful sometimes, but other times it's very useful to not be so intense and just to be consistent, excuse me, over a long period of time. So it's like we can be intense in the short term, but how about consistent in the long term? And if we can start to be consistent in the long term, then that's when I really, really believe that we can start to take that idea of focus and concentration into consideration in a much more powerful way. Because we can start to realize that, the more that we focus and the more that we concentrate, and this is what I realized in my life, is that the more that I focus and the more that I concentrate and I, take that power of focus and concentration seriously, focusing on one thing at a time, scheduling that time in my day to do that one thing or to do whatever I want to do, to give my full 100% undivided attention to whatever it is that I'm doing moment to moment. To me, that's what helps me to just turn off my mind and as a result take much more action, right? Action comes as a result when we're thinking less. The more that we think, the less that we're taking action. Thinking is good. It's good to take thinking into consideration and to have a plan and a structure and to know what you're doing and why you're doing it and to know your purpose and to consciously choose your identity and to choose your thoughts and to choose all these amazing things in your life that you can choose. But then at some point, it's just going to be like, okay, well, now you need to trust into that idea that you've thought for yourself and to simply be that person that you've decided you wanted to be. And just simply to be it and not think about it anymore and to be so committed to who it is that you've decided you want to be that now you're just being it without thinking about it. And I think that's really powerful. And then I think that focus and concentration, and then again, taking that idea seriously is going to be really powerful for any human being, including myself, that I've already found that to be the case. And as I continue to use it in my life, it becomes more and more powerful as well. And so I think that if you, once again, take into consideration that action in of itself does turn off the mind, if you take into consideration that intentions, consciously crafting your intentions and controlling your thoughts to the ability that you're able to control them, understanding that, and also understanding that focus and concentration is very, very powerful. I think that if you take these three ideas and really just kind of bring them together and keep them in the back of your mind as you go through your day, you're going to find that you can turn off your mind and take more action as a result of it. And with that, I conclude this